Hello Weathernet and welcome back to another episode of the Wild Kingdom that is Mega Man X. The last time I played, I delved deeper into Sigma's layer of robot wackiness, took on some robot birds, and eventually did battle with a giant sentient robot face. And you probably thought your day was weird. This time I'll be taking on quite a few more Mavericks, as this is the last part of the boss run before we take on Mr. Stink Eye here. You're just an adorable little Stink Eye, aren't you? The last boss of this stage is a giant robot skull dinosaur thing. I don't know, I suppose you'll see when we get there. So you got your animal feed ready and your zoo memberships updated? Okay then, let's do this. Welcome to Sigma Stage Part 3, Resurrection, Reloaded, Revolutions. The next Maverick on the list to take on all over again is that caffeinated armored ball called Armored Armadillo, and he's behind door number 1. Oh, Armored Armadillo, you wanna play some basketball? Ah, there's the adorable little scamp right now. Well, let's kill you all over again, shall we? First, I think I need to apply some shock treatment for that ADHD. There we go. Now that he's de-shelled and... Oh, wait a minute. Enough bouncing off the walls, mister. You get down here. Does someone need a timeout? He's gone into Street Fighter 2 Hadouken mode again, which he's firing from his little head cannon, which is a defense mechanism that's commonplace with all armadillos, apparently. What a shocking victory. Well, I suppose I could call him roadkill now that he's basically dead. What a hyperactive, ill-tempered mammal. So that ends the backup of Armored Armadillo. The next Maverick on my to defeat again list is that crazy-eyed robot lizard that can turn invisible and stuff. You remember? Come on, it's Sting Chameleon! And he's behind door number 2 here. Man, these boss rooms aren't that far apart. What is this, some crazy robot animal apartment complex or something? Jeez, it's almost like a sitcom in here. Oh, Sting Chameleon, you having a good time hanging out in your habitat cage? Oh, what a nice visual effect. Once again, we have our Predator ripoff. At least he won't be ripping off my head and spine and placing it like a trophy on his wall. No, he's just gonna do what he always does. Cling to the ceiling and the walls and turn invisible and stuff, and obviously cheap shot me with his really long Yoshi tongue. Wait a minute, Yoshi's a lizard and he's green too. He also uses his tongue for attacks. So is this the Mega Man alternate universe equivalent of Yoshi? What does it all mean? Well, okay, Yoshi isn't a chameleon, more or less he's a dinosaur or something. Also, not sure if Sting Chameleon would let me ride on his back and make him eat enemies. Well, I suppose it's too late to ask him anyway, because I killed him, again. And if I ever see you return and you're ripping off more 80s movies and video game characters, we'll have words, mister. And I'm moving on because I ain't got time to bleed. Our next Maverick in this crazy petting zoo is that robot monkey that likes to play with electricity. Yes, it's that funky monkey they call Spark Mandrill, and he's behind door number 3. I think this is like his second attempt at trying to create a world where apes evolved from robots. I definitely need to put a stop to that. Also, in general, it's probably best to stop it from playing with electricity because it's never a good thing. Oh, Sparky, you still planning world domination? Ah, he's playing hide-and-go-seek again. And also playing with electricity. Why don't you come down here and fight like a man or robot monkey or something? Okay, watch this. Petrificus Totalis! Yeah, how'd you like some of that really nerdy Harry Potter stuff? Looks like Ice Cannon's back with a brand new invention. Okay, for reals this time, no more Vanilla Ice jokes, I promise. You know, this fight is kind of reminiscent of matches in Mortal Kombat when the computer is Sub-Zero and it always finds a way to freeze you. Yeah, that gets really annoying. Well look, I literally made him freeze to death. Hey, at least I foiled his plan to create a society of robot apes. I gotta say, today was a good day. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm having a hankering for some seafood. Well, maybe that's because the next Maverick just happens to be that 8-armed robot cephalopod that can launch torpedoes from its body-mounted torpedo launchers. Just like all octopi have. Yes, once again, I'm going to do battle with Launch Octopus, which is behind door number 4. If I can swim there fast enough and of course not get eaten alive by the native robot sea life. If it does get in your way though, just remember to shoot it in the face with your laser cannons. Alright, just got to switch to the most useful weapon in the game. Now let's go visit Launch Octopus. Launch Octopus, such a funny name. I wonder what nicknames I can come up with. Well, if he's a mild-mannered, dapper person, he would be Launch Octopus. If you're having lunch with him, he would be Lunch Octopus. If he attacks you, he would be Lunge Octopus. If he's hanging out, chilling on the porch, he would be Lounge Octopus. If he's a mountain man living in a cabin, he would be Lodge Octopus. If he was in a really bad B-movie, he would be Launch Croctopus. Well, I think I'll just call him Dinner, even though he might be a bit gummy after all this exploding. Wait, how are these explosions even possible underwater anyway? Jeez, Mega Man games. Well, I think I've had enough of snorkeling for one day. I think it's time to get out of the fish tank and head over to the final Maverick before the final boss. It's that 20-foot tall robot pachyderm that can leap several hundred feet, breathe fire, and fling poo at you. Yes, it's our old friend Flame Mammoth. He's behind door number 5, which is just past this whole crazy mess of a security system. There's door number 5. Now, let's enter his pen and see what Horton's up to and see if he's heard of who yet. Huh, where is he? Oh, maybe I need to get really drunk so I can have a really trippy dream about heffalumps and woozles. Now seriously, does anyone think that looks like a mammoth? I mean, don't mammoths have tusks and lots of hair? I feel like this looks like a mouse that got a gorilla pot stuck in its mouth and one of its legs is protruding from its face. Somebody relieve him of that leg. And now he looks kind of like a robot mouse pig hybrid thing. Yeah, that's weird. Oh look, he's really mad now. So I've come to the conclusion that this is like some twisted future version of Dumbo, except that maybe he got a little too big to fly, so all he can do is leap around the room. Slowly but surely, he probably evolved and added robot parts and a flamethrower arm to kill those that make fun of his giant ears. So now he's become twisted and evil. Which brings up another question. What happened to his little mouse friend Timothy? Should I ask? Well, if he wasn't endangered yet, now I pushed him over the tipping point, likely causing the extinction of his kind. Okay, now it's time to take on the final boss, which is that really weird robotic dinosaur thing called D-Rex. D-Rex. I wonder if that's his rap name, or is it pronounced Drex? Well, let's see what we're up against anyway. Wow, that whole thing is D-Rex, huh? Clever girl. So this ridiculous contraption is just a really giant robot T-Rex head on wheels, I guess. I don't know, I feel like it's something out of Mad Max Fury Road, except there's no guy attached to it wailing on guitar, shooting flames and stuff. It could also be an oversized dinosaur roller skate thing for giant kids. It doesn't seem like having boomerangs thrown at its face, though. But does any dinosaur like having boomerangs thrown at it? I mean, look at that game Joe and Mac. So basically, Mega Man kills robot dinosaur, Mega Man inherits the Earth. Well, it's probably best that I made sure it went extinct. Otherwise, we might get a bunch of crappy movie sequels, and no one wants that. Carnivores! I don't know about you, but I've certainly had a fun time wandering around Sigma's Robot Animal Kingdom this episode. Just checking stuff out, playing with the robot animals, and of course, senselessly killing them all. Apparently in the name of all that is good. Because I can. And to that point, I feel like the scientists that created that crazy robotic D-Rex thing were so preoccupied with whether they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. Well, I'm calling this another episode, so thanks for watching. Feel free to like or subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll catch you on the next one.